Or even though that I'm going to draw on the two different pieces of papers there, right? Even though I'm going to draw my hand, for example, here, the drawing are not going to be look as perfect as we hope supposed to be there, right? But the thing is, right now, the quality of those lines and the understanding that you built, it came from the value how you look at your subject matters, not because the results of your drawing here. There are a lot of things that, a lot of samples that we saw just now there, okay? It's too much control. This one is too fast there, okay? I can see that you draw too fast there, okay? How actually you add those detail on the eyes there, okay? I don't think the eyes look like this when you draw. I will show you basically how I actually draw eyes using those digital later on, which is I emphasize more on the detail of those eyes, the nose, the lips, the eyebrow, the hairline there, basically there, right? Okay. Can you send it over this reference, these photos to me? Mingwai, send it over to the groups. This one also to control there, right? Okay, to control, but it's a good try at the moment, the continuous line, but not that. This one, the lines is nice, but two controls there, okay? Because this one is basically is another kind of terms of exercise that we can actually go through later on there, okay? Which is we spend around 50% of our observations methods by look at the reference, and another 50% of our time we are going to look at the papers, reference and papers, okay, to balance them out, right? To measure basically our drawings there, right? Okay. This one basically is a good try. It's a good try for the first times. But all this kind of drawing, guys, please take notes, right? Okay, put notes on it, which mean put the dates, and also this is your first blind drawing exercise or your continuous line drawing exercise there, okay? And put also my comment in your papers there, okay? If I say it's wrong, maybe you have to say, okay, this is something that Mr. Faisal say, the line is not works, okay? It's not really correct there, okay? So you can actually remind you guys back again. Put notes on my comment there, okay? On your drawings. Okay, this is not blind drawing, it's not continuous line drawing. It's a wrong way to draw there, right? Okay, it's not the correct way to draw there. Who is it? Min Leong there, right? Okay, this one is continuous line drawing, but to control there. You guys will see. So how actually I work on that? It's a continuous line drawing, contour line drawing, but it's to the drawings to control there, guys. Okay, you try to measure and control them. Okay, by looking at the papers without take some risk, okay, to make those kind of mistakes. You try to avoid make mistakes there, guys. Not just to let it flow, okay. Make the mistakes while you draw, but you try to arrange them back without looking at the papers, but look at your subjects back again. Do you understand what I mean here? So this is a good kind of drawings there, okay? I think this is one of the good drawings also that can be emphasized more on understanding, but the line works over here, see? This one there, right? It suddenly missed out from those.
Oh, I draw, I afraid so I little bit then.
Yeah,
cannot
right?
go, the pen haven't, the ink haven't go out already.
This one also to control there, guys. And you're not emphasizing on your observations there, right? You try to control a bit more further there, right? Okay, that's why they become like this one there, okay? The lips, the eyes, it's to control there, okay? And the line work also quite messy there, okay? Messy doesn't mean that it's not based on the contour line. It's basically based on the etching line. We're not doing some etching line. We're doing the contour line movements there. Amber, you're still doing the same mistakes there. Right? This is not the right way to observe there, girl. look into details there, right? Okay, details there. Okay, how actually you move your hands and your eyes together there, okay? Take a look here, my demonstrations back again. Right, if you can see on my Photoshop there, right? My Photoshops here. If, okay, I want to show you guys not the same kind of what we call that way, but this is how basically I put my hands there. Even though I'm not tracing on my Photoshop, but when I draw there, right, okay, when I draw back again, this is how I move my hands there, right? This is how I actually coordinate my hands and my eyes together there, Amber. See? Just like I'm put it a route map there, okay, on my drawing there, right? You see that, Amber? Slowly move my eyes and my hands together there, right? Okay?
Okay.
This is the one, Amber, okay? You have to change the way you draw and the way that you move your hands according to what you see with your eyes from now on there, okay? It's not that easy, I know there, okay? But you have to be patient and change your perceptions of drawings from now on if you really want to improve your way of your skill basically, okay? It's not about how to develop that kind of strokes yet there, okay? But how to control the pressure at the same time, and the stroke will come over to your needs that you've been at those values from this exercise over here. Can you see the way my line works there, everyone? Yes. So this is basically what I saw. How I actually I collaborate my hands and eyes together when I move. Okay? So whatever basically Amber did just now, it's just like this one, okay? When you draw there, right? This is what you did there, right? Is it right, Amber?
Yes.
Right? So that means wrong. Okay? Correct back again by focusing on those kind of detail when you look into your hands back. And that's why okay, we always take for granted when we observe things, when we look at things there. Because we never train our eyes to look at those kind of details. That's what makes difficult for us to change and improve our drawing skills. So let's just say that I'm going to draw. It's not that easy to draw like this, but I want to show you guys there how it works. Okay, let's just say there, okay, how actually I'm drawing, okay, I'm going to draw, okay, let's just say my hands holding like this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw this hand there, okay. Try to work on this. Sorry there, guys. Okay, let's just say I'm using A4 papers. How actually going to work with that? Okay, let's just say I have my hands over here. Okay, how I'm going to draw those? Let's just say I'm going to look at my hands, but I'm not looking at the screen there, okay? I'm looking at my hands there, okay? If you can see, okay, how actually I look into the hands there, okay, when I draw. Okay, from here, I'm going to move my hands there, right? And you can see that I didn't actually cheat myself by looking at the papers there, right? When I draw. So I'm going to draw my middle fingers over here. And I'm going to draw my pointed fingers. And now I'm start to draw basically, right? Okay? My eyes basically I have to look at the whole areas of my hands there. See? How I study them back again. It doesn't look right. It doesn't perfectly done, okay? But you can see all these kind of details on the line. That I've tried to create over here. That's basically the beauty of this exercise. Same goes, right, if I want to draw my hands like this, all right? So I'm using huge papers that I'm going to show you guys how it works from here. Let's just say I'm going to draw them by using my webcam kind of screen there, okay? I know this is not that quite easy there, okay, but I try to work on that. So when I draw slowly there, right, I'm going to draw my palm over here. My hands, okay, move to the right here, okay, and go back again. And I'm going to draw basically those fingers there, right? Because my eyes entirely there, okay, look into those fingers there. They're not going to be right. They're going to be out of order there, right? But I try to focus as hard as I can to draw my fingers like this by looking at the screen there, okay? But I'm not focusing on my face, not my hand, and not my basically my on the papers there, right? But I'm focusing on my hands here. Okay, the type of drawing that we are going to look into is not that perfect, but the value of the motion and the movements there will give that kind of benefits here. Okay, that's basically the challenges of this exercise. For Amber, for some of you guys who actually, right, who did not actually experience this exercise before, I really encourage you to do a lot of those observations kind of exercise from now on. All right, if you're really concerned to develop your skill, because you have to change the way you move that first. How you move your hands first there, okay, when you want to draw. For example there, okay, if I had a number kind of samples of models there, okay, what kind of models that I can actually draw there, okay, but I will have to show you guys also at the same time there, right, to work. The level, so it's over here. I will see there, right, okay. I can find other models that it works. Okay, let's just say that I want to draw these subject matters over here. All right. This is my positions there, right? Okay. So if I want to draw from here there, guys, I want to use the new papers there, okay, because I have to be fair with you guys also. So basically there are if you guys can see here, let's just say that I want to draw these models there, okay, by using blind drawing. It's very complex kind of positions there, okay. I'm going to start from top, but I'm going to look into the models, but not on the papers there. You guys can see my eyes there, whether I actually cheat myself or not there, right? All right. That's basically one of the things that you have to remember there, okay. the way that I draw, the way that I move, the way I look at things there. Even though the model is quite small, but you know basically the basics kind of shapes that I want to draw right here. Basic kind of structures over here. So I'm going to start with the top of it, but I'm going to look into more details there, okay? Because I can see from this distance. Draw the head itself. All right, I basically have completed the head. I'm going to draw the ears a bit. And now, slowly I move my hands to draw the arms there. All right, the bicep, the arms itself. And then I'm going to start to draw basically his arm over here. I'm controlling my hands there, guys. Okay, his fingers. Even though I speed my times a little bit, I can see from here again my drawings. Then I want to repeat back again myself, the movements, the flows, and start to draw his chest. And I draw the other arms over here. Slowly draw the fingers because it's quite difficult from these positions. Now I start to draw his abs. Not simply draw there, guys, okay? I try to count basically the abs over here. Slowly draw them there. You guys can see how actually I construct them nicely when I draw. Okay? Now I draw his legs over here. I can see the whole muscle, the structures that being emphasized from here. The joining there, okay? Whatever that I actually move my legs, my eyes, my hands, and when I draw there, it's all based on what I saw. Study the structures here. If you don't, okay, if I can actually complete the lines over here, I don't actually try to, what we call it, force myself to do something that I don't see there, right? Even though it's quite quick that I draw, but I try to capture the whole things. Can you see that? The whole drawings over here. This subject matter is there. And I try to draw. I didn't focus on the details, but I didn't focus on the perfections, but you can see the gestures line that I create from here, which is help me to learn a bit more. All right, guys. Just now, suddenly, the connection's off. Maybe because I've opened up those what we call that. That ring light, and maybe because they share basically those port there, okay? So if we take a look back again, all right, this drawings over here, okay? gonna switch on my lights there, right? Okay. So you guys can see there, right? Okay, how actually I try to coordinate, okay? And if you look nice, if you look closely there, okay, the proportion doesn't change, doesn't skew, or maybe distort a little bit there, okay? The whole proportions is almost balanced, all right? Almost balanced, okay, from this part, okay, to this part, okay? If you look into the line of actions that I create, okay, it's almost balanced there, guys. It's almost balanced there. Even though I didn't measure using the advanced techniques, okay, the measurement techniques that we call them, okay, to define the alignments, okay, during the process of drawing stage, just like that you did, okay. When you start to draw, sorry, something right here, okay, you try to measure them right, okay, because that's why the drawings looks almost basically like you control the whole structures there. It doesn't look like a continuous line. It doesn't look like a blind drawing is over here, right? This one, right? Okay? To control there, okay? You saw my drawing just now. I didn't control much on this line there, okay? Most of these drawings is to controlling there, okay? But it's a good try for the first time. Okay, this one there, guys, okay? Line drawings that we talk about. To control here. It's not the correct way. Same goes to this one there, okay? To control there, right, okay? Because when I draw the eyebrows, I didn't draw the eyebrows like this. Okay? So I want to show you guys also how actually I draw faces by not referring from any one mirror, okay, but how actually we move and develop our understanding of solving all these kind of structures and shapes when I use those continuous line drawing over here. All right. Hopefully there is no questions on these kind of drawings over here. Right, we are going to continue to draw faces, but how actually I draw them by using the same techniques. But one of the things that we have to remember when you draw the red, how actually we control our eyes there, okay, to see things in the right way. Okay, this is what basically we saw. Okay, when we saw some of the reference photos there, okay, that actually we tried to draw the okay. I basically did a lot of this kind of demos later on in my Photoshop there. So I want to show you guys how actually I draw eyebrows there, okay. I didn't draw the eyebrows like this. If you draw like this, that means you look at your eyes like this one there, right? Like a zigzag there, okay. Eyebrows are going to be drawn like this one there, right? If I were to draw some eyebrows there, the shapes of it, see? The shapes of it. Then if I want to continue to draw the eyes, I'm going to draw the eyes like this one, right? The pupil, the shapes, the structures there, the eyes. The nose, if I want to draw the nose, move my hands. This is one of the ways that I move my hands to draw the nose. Okay? If I want to continue back again, I draw the eyes like this. See the details there, right? And the eyebrows like this. I never render my hair on the eyebrows. I never rendered them right. That's not the correct way to draw. Then if I want to continue to draw the lips, there, okay, the shapes of the lips. But looking at the reference nicely, correctly, right, towards that. This one, I just imagine the way that I move my hands. All right? Because if you have a very good imaginations, based on your knowledge, your understanding, you can build up those imaginations more correctly. Okay, the problem that you saw from your drawings most of the times, all this kind of result that you've been working out there, right? See? You try to control too much there, right? Okay? Still, Amber, do the same thing, Amber, right? Okay? You're not actually focusing on the right way there, Amber, right? Okay? Draw slowly and draw in details there, right? Okay, Amber? All right, now, from here there, okay? If I want to draw the chin, all right? And move a bit, right? To draw those ears, to measure the measurement of the ears. Okay, the ears, right? Okay, the size of the ears is almost the same length with the nose and the eyes. That's how you draw the ears there. And then I'm going to start to draw the other part of those ears there, right? This is how you measure them, okay? If you understand the whole structures there. A lot of people missed out and don't have a lot of patience to change the way they draw from this stage. They turn out lost from the whole kind of disciplines to develop their skill from here. So that's why this 1 or 2 weeks kind of what we call that 3 weeks kind of exercise are really important there, guys, okay? In order to develop your kind of correct way to look at things and to draw before you're going to learn all these kind of advanced techniques that we call that, right? Okay? So you want to learn about to draw this kind of basic structures over here, to draw humans there, right? Like this one. If you don't learn to develop this kind of exercise, this kind of drawings, all right, will give you a lot of difficulties there. Change. That's why be patient, draw like this first. Learn the technique for the right technique first, right? Okay, Amber, I know you have a hard time there. Either you have to develop your patience. Most of you guys, not only Amber, there, guys, can saw a lot of people actually have this struggling there, okay? And Charlie to work on that. So make sure that you guys learn to be patient first before you're going to start to develop your kind of routine there, right? It's a part of routine from now on. Okay? Same goes to this, to control, okay? Draw in one A4 size paper too small. Drawing too small there, right? Draw bigger and draw huge, right? To focus there, okay? And don't forget to provide a reference when you submit them. Okay? When you submit these drawings there. This is one of the good try. All right, a good try. But still can improve a lot. Same goes to this one there, right? Okay? Has to be improved a lot, okay? How is it, guys? Is it hard? Is it hard, guys?
A bit hard.
Bit hard, eh? Who is it, Amber? So hard there, right? Yeah, because it's hard to change there. Because people always want to, because this one basically is a basic exercise, guys. Because if you look into most of the things that I've done in my YouTube there, okay, look easy for me to draw, okay, most of the technique, because I start with this exercise here. I start with this exercise again. I didn't bluff you guys, okay? I didn't actually want to play with you guys there, okay? Because this is basically one of the important exercise that people always take for granted. People always look aside there, okay? Just like when you go to some of the VIP kind of what we call that. For example, there, okay? You go into some of the celebrities VIP kind of spot there, okay? At some of the ceremonies, some of the occasions, okay? When you are nobody, people look only one eye on you there, okay? People don't actually recognize you there, okay? People don't care about you there, okay? This is what these drawings that people always have that kind of perceptions there. And that's basically one of the reasons most people who want to learn to draw from basics, they had a hard time to develop and change the way they draw. And they give up themselves. Why? Because the teacher always focus on the perfection. You have to draw like this, and draw this kind of drawing structures and whatever. Okay, but they don't change. They don't actually teach them, okay, the right way to move their hands, the right way to look at things that first. I can bet you guys, okay, you guys can learn all these kind of advanced techniques, how to draw there, okay. Okay, from here. But they did not actually tell you guys how to move your hands. That's basically one of the flawless, one of the weakness there, okay. But I can bet you guys some of the videos from these online tutorials, right, okay, is good. It's good there, right? But most of them were made by professionals, most of them. And they don't teach you how they start from zero. You can count there, right? How actually people really genuine to tell, because I can draw well there, right? You know, basically I can draw well there, right? But why actually I start with this one? Because I don't put my level of understanding and skill professionally to you guys there. I tone down my level of skill that I have into your level of skill that you should develop. Not because I tone down because I want to lay low there, right? No, because I know that's where I begin my journey to learn about the right way to draw and to learn about illustrations here. That people always thought, okay, oh, we can learn to use apps, this kind of blah, 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 technologies there, right? Yes, of course. But without the foundations, the strong foundations, you won't be able to go anywhere there. Okay? I have a lot of people who actually have been taught, they have been taught, graduate, but it's all matters sometimes luck, okay? But one of the things that people don't actually maintain with what they do to make a living out of it. Let's just say most of you guys, maybe you want to learn, maybe because you want to have a very good careers later on to develop in creative design kind of careers there, right? No matter you become illustrators, producers, film producers, okay, multimedia designers there, right, okay, or business that relate to those design there, okay. A lot of people doesn't maintain basically your momentum there, okay, to pursue what you've learned from this stage because they don't train themselves well. Simple as that. I've known a lot of people outside there who actually struggle enough there, okay. I'm not saying that I'm not struggling also there, okay, but everyone had their own struggling there. But how they maintain with the careers that they have built, because they've learned from the foundations there. They develop from those foundations. They develop those strong foundations there, right? Always want to look at the papers? Yes, of course. That's basically one of the most challenging parts. Try to control yourself. Don't want to look at the papers, okay? Because no one actually going to be force you except yourself. You the one who actually going to control that kind of feeling and experience there. That's the beauty of it. You will remember these drawings exercise, I believe, until you graduate, right? If you really keen to develop yourself from here, because this drawing exercise is not only being practiced just to draw well. You will develop this kind of discipline when you look at something, when you learn new things later on, you will observe things really well there, right? You will train your own focus there when you want to build up something there. Okay, even though some of the application that you're going to learn quite hard, but you will have that kind of determinations there, okay, to force yourself to learn the hard way, to learn the things that you say hard, and you kind of like knowing how to solve the problems later on without having a lot of assistance from someone else there. You can learn by yourself. You can self-learning by look at the tutorials, demonstrations on the apps there, okay, and then you can actually develop more. And of course, we need also people to assist us there, okay, but you know how to develop and self-developing yourself from here. Because when you draw, you try to solve problems. Not only learn to draw, solve the problem how to draw eyes, shapes, line, textures, nose, lips, all these kind of details there. Okay? That's basically the beauty, the value of this exercise. Not because I know that Amber actually have pros a lot. Okay, this one is also not the correct way to control there, right? Draw again, draw again. This one almost, but still control there, right? Okay, still control there, right? Okay, I can see there, right? Okay. Okay, let's just say, okay, this kind of drawings here that you have. Just now, I saw some of your friends, right? Almost right, even though we're not actually focused, okay, whether they're going to be a old man or not, okay, but almost right there, right? Okay. This is from Min Leong, okay. You almost get it right, but try to draw the neck also, okay. Don't draw only faces there, right? Okay. Just try to complete back again. This one, you have to do it more better, okay? Because if you check, look how actually I draw there, right? I didn't color the eyes. Okay, I want to show you guys how actually I made them in those digital format there, right? When I draw them here, oops. Okay, when I draw the eyes there, guys, okay? Can you guys see from here? Okay. Okay, take a look, okay? This is how actually I draw the eyebrows there, okay? Even I draw a few number kind of hairline kind of shapes there, okay? But when I draw the eyes, see? I'm using the continuous line drawings, but I didn't color them right. Okay, I didn't color them right. What I did, I focus on the shapes first, the pupil over here, and I draw the black kind of what we call the, I draw the iris and pupil at the same time there, okay? Thing that I can saw from the distance there, okay? That I can actually develop the kind of understanding there. Don't you ever draw those eyes, those eyebrows like this with these techniques? It's wrong. You draw something like this, also wrong. And the eyes, when you draw there, right? You try to draw like this, also wrong there, right? Okay, remember that, right? Okay, when you draw. This is not the right way, because if you draw like this, that means your movement of your eyes also look like this. We're doing the same thing, right? And obviously, it's impossible that to move our eyes like this one, right? Right? Can you look the things like this when you move your eyes? No, they're right. That's basically one of the tips there, okay? If you really want to focus on the observations there, okay? When I draw the hair there, okay, whatever hair I want to draw there, okay, I draw the shapes of it, and also the line that emphasize on the strokes that form basically the hair. For example, like this one there, okay? See how actually I control the whole structures at the same times. That's basically the movements that we do there, okay? If I saw you draw the nose like this, right? When I draw the nose from side profiles there, see? And lips. This is the right way to draw the lips from side profiles when you draw human face. look back again how actually you draw them, right? Okay? All these kind of techniques all this kind of way of working there, okay, is all based how you move your hands. Even though that let's just say I did not basically look at things there, okay, for example, like side profiles. Okay, this one still to control there, okay, because when I draw just now, okay, hair, this is not the right way to draw the hair. Draw the whole shapes. First, to capture the whole kind of form of it, okay? This one's too fast, it's not the right way. As I mentioned before, all right, when I draw. Where is it just now there, okay? Did I saw there? Okay, this one, they're just not there, right? You try to repeat the line when you draw them. So basically, it's not the correct way. What are the mistakes that we do from here, okay? Because when you draw the nose, you repeat like this. Is it right?
No.
Did you move your hands just now? Did you draw like this one, Derek? The movements? This is not the right way, Derek. Can you send me over the pictures? And then you draw like this one, Derek. Good. All right. This is not the right way to draw, okay? This is the wrong way to move your hands and emphasize on the details there, okay? Can you send it over on the WhatsApp, okay, the reference? I want to see it, and I will try to draw by not tracing them, but I'm using computers there to move there, okay? So learn the movement there first and observe using your eyes there. This kind of routine, even though I request 10 drawing faces, 10 drawing hands, but if you think that you want to do more from here, all right, don't limit yourself there, right? Okay, same goes to this one, the nose there, right? Hard to control, eh? The distance between 5 senses. Yes, I understand that, right? Okay, yes, I agree with it. That's why you have to get used to it at first, okay? It's hard, right? Basically, to learn to draw is not that easy, right? You look that people can draw, look like easy there, okay? Because they practice well. They have practiced before, okay, how it works. Even though you say, oh, I can draw, sir, but not this technique there, okay? But my techniques. But is it correct? Because you saw basically a lot of people try to draw. This is one of the reasons I asked you guys last week to send over your drawings there, because I want to see my student level of skills. Can you see there, okay? A lot of mistakes about the proportions, the line works itself, too naive there, right, okay? This is what I want to evaluate, okay? Your kind of understanding. Try to draw the measurement, but still doesn't look right because the level of understanding were not there yet, guys. I'm not saying that you have to go slow, but you have to do it in the right way first. Learn the foundations there first, right? Just now, who is it? Can you send me the side profiles of those photos there, girl? I want to use it as a reference, and I want to show how it actually works. This one, right, they become an alien there, right? But some of the areas that you try to draw, you move around the eyes, but it's a good try. But what happens to this one? There's a gap over here. The line doesn't have to be gapped there, right? But try back again. The line works almost going to be right. Where is it, girl? Same goes to this one, but too fast, okay? When you draw the lips, it's too fast, okay? They become like Botox there, okay? You try to give a Botox to the lips there, right, okay? nose job there, the lips kind of job there, okay? I bet this is all the first try, okay? But you have to draw more, okay, to draw more back again. Some people also make some of the mistakes. When they start to draw the hair there, okay, the long hair. Okay, I'm going to emphasize on that, okay? They draw like this one there, right? Is it true? This is one of the incorrect way there to draw there, right? In terms of developing independent naive styles illustrations in the future, yes, but the techniques that you do it for this exercise is wrong already. If I will draw the hairline there, okay, if I will draw people who actually draw hairline there, okay, and the long hair there, right? Let's just say draw the hair, the long kind of hair, okay, of one of the women there, okay. The shadows line that actually form basically the hair. See, this is how I actually draw the hair. For examples, I want to draw a bit on the faces. For example, here, you draw the hair back again because she has a very long hair there, right? And then start to draw those eyebrows over here because the drawing is a bit more smaller there, right? See, I draw the nose using the continuous line drawings. Even though the eyes, slowly there to draw the eyes. There's no one there, okay? I didn't actually refer to anyone there, okay? But I try to communicate my hands with the understanding of those drawings there, right? See? If you have a great kind of understanding, is it a girl or a man that I draw just now, right now? Anyone actually can give a comment there. Based on my imagination, but using the same techniques. Is it a man or woman that you saw from here? For aqua there, right? Woman there, right? Are you sure? It's okay there, right? So if you say it's a woman there, okay, I'm doing the right way there, guys. But I didn't actually draw perfectly this illustration, this drawing style, okay, but I try to communicate my hands, the techniques that I draw, okay, which is the continuous line drawings and contour line drawing exercise to design their eyes. Okay, we're talking about design here, a human face, a woman face there, right? And a draw hairline at the same time. This is what the knowledge will bring over to your imaginations. We talk about imagination, let's say, oh, I can imagine, sir, when I draw, right? Okay. Try to imagine using these techniques, the basic techniques there, right? This is the foundations techniques. We're not actually doing those advanced techniques here yet. So this is what you should develop here, guys. Amber, for the rest of you guys, I'm sorry, I cannot actually remember most of the names, but Eric's easy name like Kai there, okay, Monkey, Kai, I try to remember, but I can't, okay. Bing Y, Alvin, okay. For those, it's hard to differentiate, right? What is correct or wrong when draw, yeah, but you can use my reference there, how I actually work on that. I really show you guys a lot, but I will show a bit more and more, okay. But all these kind of drawings need to do a lot of exercise, okay. What I actually did for myself that I can share with you guys, how actually I've learned for so many years to develop those skills. When I first, as I told you guys that before, okay, hopefully you're not bored there, okay. My head is split into two. yes. That's why. If you saw a lot of good artists who can draw other than me, because we have learned to split and to define, to differentiate all this kind of understanding there, using our senses there in the right way. Right now, what we need to develop is to develop our senses there first. I want to develop my students' senses, your design senses from now on. That's basically the things that we do, not the perfect drawings that we want to achieve here. Right? So if you seems to have those kind of confrontations or argument there, okay, on people who saw your exercise here, just explain back again what I've told there, okay. We try to develop the right kind of technique there first, not the perfect drawings there. If people question you, why you draw like this? I can draw like this. Try to draw them first. Their egos will turn low a little bit there, right? Okay, if they actually admit their mistakes. All right. Because we're not focusing on the details there. We're not focusing on the perfections there. We're focusing on the right way first to draw, right way to move there. Okay? Don't worry, guys. Okay? It's hard. Yes, it's hard for us to differentiate which right and wrong. That's why you have to practice. Okay? Practice every day. Every day you start to draw something simple there. Okay? Just to practice, we want to practice our hand motion, just like you play badminton, basketball, something, as I actually mentioned to you guys before there, right? You cannot actually learn the formation really well when you play basketball if you don't practice a lot. All those kind of formations there. I bet there's a lot of the names of the formations, the formulas to get the right kind of way to play basketball, right? The names there, right? Same goes to this one. The right formation is all about the continuous line drawing, coordination between eyes, mind, and hands together there, right? We have to coordinate all these three different senses together. This is basically the exercise that we're going to do for this week, for the whole week. And I know basically some people just give this exercise once, one drawing, one time. They just want to give exposure to the student there. I don't believe that. You want to be good at what you do, don't draw once there, draw many different times. Remember, yeah, my hand was trembling, yes. One of the things that we're going to find quite effective, okay? You're not going to be injured yourself, don't worry there, but your brain, your eyes, your hands are going to feel tired there after this exercise, right? And then take a rest a bit, but please enjoying the process. Yeah, 10 people, 10 hands there, okay? But that's basically what those experience that you felt there, okay? And you're not going to be injured, okay? But you will train, because just like you build up your muscles there, okay? It takes time there, okay? No one actually can build up muscles in a week there, okay? Use sense to draw, yes. Develop those senses, not use sense only, but develop those senses when you draw directly. Your eyes, your mindset, okay, to change, build up the strong mind, and hands. Coordination with your hands, right, together. Okay? That's basically science there, guys. I'm using science also to work on that. And also biology there, right, there at the same time. Even I don't take those kind of biology at my secondary, high school kind of work, but I've learned back again when I learned in art and design, right? So, any questions so far? Feel tired there, right? And one of the biggest challenges is to change your mindset. Amber and the rest of you guys, okay, I know it's quite hard. I understand that, right? But if you're really, really concerned about your changes from now on, you want to become better there, okay? As a designer, this is the way that you train. That I actually have been trained myself also at the same times. Okay? Professionally, not basically from any kind of kampong school there, right? Okay? But I trained myself after all these years that works on it. And remember what Bruce Lee said there, okay? Bruce Lee there, okay? You know Bruce Lee there, okay? One of the Kung Fu legends that I also been admired, okay, since I was a kid. I don't afraid people who actually can practice 10,000 kicks at one time. Okay? But I really afraid for those who actually train one kicks 10,000 times or 10,000 times that way. Still many there, right? So that means if you train yourself in this one techniques 1,000 times, for example, there, right, you will get it right. But you have to enjoy the process. Actually. Like I enjoying myself all the time when I do my works. You have to train yourself to be enjoying what you do right from now on. Because you choose to be here, not being forced there, right? So that means learn to develop those enjoyment on the process there first. Don't take serious on perfections your drawing yet, but try to be perfect on your senses there first. That's basically the hardest part there, right? And then from the movement of following weeks, then we're going to learn more proper kind of techniques after you develop this kind of senses there, right? Okay. Otherwise, if I will move forward into another techniques, you will find a lot of hard way to control your hand. Even though you use those tablets and you draw on top of the layers there, you won't be able to improve your line, and you will find a lot of hard way to draw that. Okay, like just say that like this one. Okay, when I draw this one, okay, when I draw these subject matters here, where is it? Okay, this one. This drawing there, okay. I draw on top of the layers there, guys. Almost perfect there, right? Using Photoshop. But trust me one thing. If you don't train your senses really well from this stage, when you use Photoshop, you won't be able to get the right kind of line like this. Even though by helping with the technologies doesn't make you great if you don't change your foundations there first. Unless you use apps, just click and change instantly there, okay? Nowadays, there's a lot of apps, right, that we can use to change our face, become cartoon, drawings, or whatever there, okay? But the aesthetical value and the value of your originality of your drawing and designs, it doesn't have it yet. It doesn't change. It doesn't actually appear from that kind of apps, right? So people don't value from there. People don't pay a lot of money for examples. Just use those apps directly, unless you were con there, right? I know you are, or you can scan people's right from there. Okay. All right, guys. You understand what I'm saying here, right, guys? So be patient. Don't worry too much there. For the rest of you guys, don't worry too much on that. Just enjoying the process at first. For the rest of you guys who had hard time, okay, to change, it's like your friend here, okay.
Sorry, sir, you off your mic.
You're muted, sir.
Sir, your mic is muted.
Okay, so even though basically, right, okay, we most people, okay, newcomers, okay, have all these kind of difficulties that we have, okay. Oh, this is the almost right there, Amber, but still control there, right?
Oh, finally.
Yeah, but still have a lot of things have to be correct there, Amber, right?
Okay.
All right, be patient, but still look like a flower, but look like a peacock, right? Birds there, right? But what I actually can say from there, okay, can you see here? Okay, this is what I think Amber actually have looked at, okay, when you draw. I can copy your drawings easily there, Amber, right? But a bit kind of details there. See, this is what you saw. So try to get the basic structures right well first when you draw that, right? Okay, it's not
Okay.
one time draw or not going to be right. Okay, try to draw back again. Okay, let's see how actually I move my hands over here. Slowly I move my hands. I don't simply draw this segment of those fingers without drawing basically some of the details there, okay, on the crumpling, okay, are the patterns of my fingers here. You see? I not simply draw them there, right? But I try to use all these connections of those bone structures on my fingers when I draw. So the more that you do and spend time to practice, right, you will get it right. Don't worry there. Right? Okay, even though this one, okay, doesn't look right for me, but I try to figure it out, okay, to work on that. Even though I make mistakes over here, it doesn't bother me there, right? So the drawing itself, my hands, my fingers just now. So that means, guys, this is basically, okay, this is almost okay there, okay? Almost there, right? Okay, almost there, right? Okay, can I see there? Okay, a lot of changes there, million. Okay, the more that you do, can you see the guys? Most of your friends have done, okay? This one is too fast. See, they draw the beard, and suddenly the beard and so the mustache, right? Okay, is too fast. Okay, correct back again those drawings. From one kid, slowly draw the right. Okay, the line was okay, but not that quite accurate. All those details, but do it back again. Because one of the things that you should also doesn't need to do that, okay? When you draw here, try not to repeat like this. Okay? If you seems to draw like this, for example, that, okay, this is also the correct, not the right way to draw. You just like this one that you draw there, right? Okay? Don't draw like this one there, guys, okay? Don't repeat like that. If you want to repeat your line, what I've showed there, okay? See, when I repeat the line there, right? Then I try to focus on other kind of elements that can add some details. See? Even though I want to draw the shadows, this is basically concise the shadows that I saw from those faces or from the eyebrow there, right? This is what I should do to repeat the line, not to repeat the line like this one there, right? Okay, remember, right, the mistakes? I already show you guys basically how it works. Try to improve a bit more further from there. Okay? So if you don't have any things, Raki, I'm going to hold our sessions until next week, but hopefully I can see all this progress back again, and then please record the way that you draw the right. I think around 30 seconds is more than enough there, okay? If you record using those WhatsApp, okay, I think around 25 kind of seconds is more than enough that we can do. This one is from, who is it? From Kelly there, okay? Kelly from group 5, is it? This one, Kelly, can you see that, right, Kelly? The line works, has a gap over here on the nose. Please redo back again. This is basically one of the second try there too. I confused with because I do it right way or not. Okay, there's a gap from there. Kelly, do you actually in the classrooms? This one look quite. There's a gap there, right? Okay. Good try there. Okay, it's a good try, but do it more. Still has to be improved a lot from there. Oh, Kelly there, okay? Like Kelly, right? Yeah. Like Kai there, right? Sorry. Yes, you have to record the way that you draw, that you can send it over either in WhatsApp and also in Google Classroom on the Sunday, right? Okay? On your submissions, right? Then we can see how actually you draw there, right? All right, Kelly, remember, okay, there's a gap on the nose there, okay? The line should be continuous line drawings there, okay? You saw basically my demonstrations. Later on, I'm going to download back again, upload it back again on the YouTubes, and you guys can see back again, back and forth, basically how actually I work on that, okay? Yeah. Be patient, don't worry there, okay? Don't worry too much, because there's a lot of paper that you guys can actually draw. right? And because you have to train your hands. So is that all wrong already? Is it not all wrong already? Okay. But the thing that you saw from your drawing just now, which is I can actually show that, right? When you draw there's a gap between the nose. Okay, look at how actually I draw back again there, right? Huh? You draw just now there, right? Okay. You draw the eyes over here, for example, there, right? Don't draw like this one there, okay? Okay, when you draw just now, from this part there, okay, check over here. There's a gap there, okay, between the line there, okay, and the nose itself there, okay, and the drawing also too small there, Kelly. Don't draw too small there, right? So you draw the nose like this. If you doesn't look at the papers also there, okay, I believe that the nose are going to be look like this, by the way. Supposed to be look like this. If it doesn't look at the papers there, if you don't look at this reference there, okay, the nose should look like what? This. See? This is a part of the nose there. Or from here, let's just say we want to add some details. Yeah. There's a nose hole, for example, like the nose trail. Yeah. The nose. It won't be able, there's a gap between this part and this part when you draw, okay? When you draw the eyes, it's not there, right? Suddenly you draw the nose like this. That's basically, you have to be correct, right? You correct back again. Okay, do some corrections there. Okay? Because continuous lines don't have any gap between this part. You just have to control your pen when you draw them. Slowly work on that, all right? Yes, when you draw the head, okay, look like what is it? There's a gap over here. If I want to draw the head, just like I told just now, okay? The shapes of the head, right? For example, it looks soft line there, right? It's a soft line of shapes. Hair should be soft there, right? Doesn't look like this one. And doesn't look like this one there, right? Even though the hair look like flying or flew over there, okay, the wind there, right? This is the movements that you emphasize on the hair, for example, here. The shapes of it. All right, the lips, see, there's a gap on that, right? It doesn't have to be a gap. Okay? Continuous line drawings, when you draw them, there's no gap. So only the nose have to correct. Hey, a lot of things that you have to be correct also, right, Kaylee, okay? Right? So you saw just now how I move my hands while I actually draw, communicate, right? With those kind of line, for example, there, okay? Even I draw just now there, right? Look back carefully. Okay, this is what I say. Learn to develop your observation there. When you see how people do things, focus on how people solve those problems there and follow them back. When I actually do those demonstrations, don't just feel amazed or feel difficulty how to work on that, but see how actually I move my hands to draw and solve some of the problem from there. I'm not saying that you have to copy exactly as the shapes, but the way that I solve the problems there, that makes the difference. Okay? So reference need to put in the PowerPoint, yes. So the only note now, okay? I already answered the questions from there. So much, what are you Ching Jing, right? Ching Jing, right? What, oh my, what we call that? Oh my God, so much there, right? What do you mean by so much there, right? Look easy there, okay? It looks quite easy to draw, but yes. We learn about the foundations here. So much recording. No, okay, just one drawing or two there, okay. One face drawing, another one are going to be one video drawings there. Not all entire drawings are right, okay. Only a sample of hand drawing and also faces drawing there, okay. A sample one or two only there, right. No need to record a whole thing, because from that kind of videos, I know what you doing wrong from there. That's all I want to see, okay, because we can actually look into face-to-face there, okay? No face-to-face sessions there. So this is the only way that we can interact and I can see your mistakes while you draw, okay? All right, guys? So, any questions? Yes, you can actually separate them. You can just separate them there, right? Because I don't think that we can actually set into the PowerPoint, okay? Because it won't be able to open it, okay? Because you have to share the link at the same time there, okay? So just separate them there, okay? I think 25 seconds is not that kind of big of files there, okay? When you want to set that, right? But if you know how to convert your files into using this one there, right? Using this videos converters like this, right? You can actually send it over the files below 10 megabyte, I think 5 meg, sometimes 3 meg for the few seconds only there, right? Okay. So guys, if you don't have any questions, the drawings just now, I also can put, yes, can put on the PowerPoint, okay? Kaylee there, okay? The video is only 25 seconds, 30 seconds, not more than that, okay? No need the whole 5 minutes of drawings there, okay? Because the way that you draw, okay, when you draw there, okay, I scare my drawings too ugly. My drawing also ugly there, right? Don't scare. Don't scare to make mistakes, but learn from the mistakes, okay? We need to learn from all those mistakes that we do and let it go there, right? Let it through there, right? Okay. No need there, right? Just the demonstrations of how you move your hands when you draw. Okay, guys. So take a rest first. Have a good lunch. Yeah lah, on paper lah, Amber. All right. Not on the Photoshop there, right? Huh? Right. Of course, on papers there, right? Okay. All right. So I see you guys then, okay, next week. And of course, with the submission itself for the Sunday. Good luck. And if you have anything, you can send over to the groups. Okay, I can see the videos right away right here. Okay. So thank you very much there, guys, okay, for participations and your patience there right on that. So good luck and have a good lunch, have a good days.
Hey, thank you.
All right,
Thank
take care
you,
of
sir.
yourself.
Thank
And
you, sir.
Yeah.
So,
all right, good luck then. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Bye,
right.
sir.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Okay, bye, guys.